Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika. Y'all, y'all know I normally stay away from, things that I think I can't do. Although I do love watching scripted shows, I be scared on some of them, and this one got me shaking. Child, I'm shaking like a hoe on church on Sunday. Whew. But per service request and the request of one of my mentors on YouTube, James Colwell, I'm going to try this, and y'all just let me know how it turned out. This is my review for American Crime. This is Season 2, Episode 1. Let's get to it, shall we? Let's get to it. Y'all, I'm scared. Y'all get down in them comments and y'all let me know if we gonna continue to do this, or should I just remain a faithful watcher of the show and supporter of my mentor James Colwell as he reviews it. But here we go. I'm gonna try, y'all, but be brutally honest. I can take it, bitch. Okay. Y'all, I like this show. The reason why I like this show, it kind of works somewhat like how American Horror does. You know how they recycle their characters? Well, on American Crime, we see some of the very same characters from Season 1, which I did watch. But this one seemed like this episode, this show, this season is going to be the best season out of the 2 seasons that have aired. And, let's start off now. I don't have all the characters named down as of yet, and we 3 weeks in, but yeah, I'm gonna give them names and y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. I give them their stage name when I fucking figure it out, okay? Now, we gonna start this off with Kevin, and I believe this boy name is either Eric or Michael, but we gonna call him White Boy Can't Jump. They attend this privileged school called the Leland School, where we gonna later find out that this is a very prestigious school. They charge up to $20,000 a year for the students to attend, okay? In this episode, we start off with the basketball team of this school. There are obviously some champion basketball players. You know, the school has won numerous championships, you know. And the star of the team seems to be this black guy named Kevin, okay? But on this particular scene, we see Kevin and White Boy Can't Jump out. Michael or Eric, I don't remember what his name was, child. He trying to help him improve his game by, the coach is doing that by putting him against Kevin. He making him have to work against Kevin. If you can get a basket on Kevin, you have improvement, because Kevin is good, and I admit that, okay? Well, he frustrated because he can't do it. He trying his best, child, but Kevin just ain't letting him get past with nothing, okay? Now looking on, we got this student named Taylor. And he's scrolling through his phone as he's sitting in the gymnasium of the school. He's scrolling through his phone. And he also looking at this picture of White Boy Can't Jump. I don't know why he was doing that. Now, in this scene, we're going to see the scene switch back and forth. And I'm going to take you through it, okay? Now, you got old Taylor sitting up there in the bleachers of the gymnasium, flipping through his phone and eyeballing the basketball players. And it's at that moment I'm wondering, okay, is he one of the children, honey? Well, the scene flashes to Taylor actually talking to a counselor earlier. And she's asking him, what he did, what his summer was like. And he's saying it was basically uneventful. Then it flashes back to the gym, where Eric is where he's still trying to get a basket over Kevin, and he's failing miserably, okay? And you can see the frustration in his face, and the coach, which we learn name is Dan, he giving him encouragement and possible plays, but he's still struggling with this, y'all. He is struggling. Then it flashes back to Taylor, the young man in the bleachers, And he's talking yet again with this, whom I'm assuming is probably a counselor or a therapist. And he's saying that the counselor's asking him about what kind of college ideas he got, because he's about to enter his senior year. And basically, you could tell that Taylor don't really think he's going to be able to attend no colleges like some of the regular kids that attend the school. Because for one, his grades are not good for him to get a full-fledged scholarship. And it's already a financial hardship for his mother for him to attend this school. College may be a little bit out of sorts for him. And we see her trying to convince him otherwise, and telling him how important it is for him to, try to come up with some type of idea about what he want to do with his life. Because at this point, he really don't know. And he just sitting there because he ain't really trying to hear that shit. You could tell he ain't trying to hear that. So then we're going to go back over there to the gymnasium. And a white boy can't jump, still struggling, child. He frustrated, but he's still trying. Kevin is trying to give him some encouragement. Okay, now, I told y'all Taylor was in that gym. Okay? He's still looking at this, looking at the basketball players play. And, child, he gets this text message of a picture of himself. And it seemed like he inebriated sent to the phone. And his whole facial demeanor just completely changes at that point. And I'm like, uh-oh, what kind of shit is we about to see right here, honey? So next we see Taylor and his mom. They at the laundromat, right? And we find out then that the person who was talking to Taylor was in fact his guidance counselor, and she done called the mom to let the mom know that they had a talk, and he confirms they did. And basically he just saying that the woman got ideas of him going to this Ivy League college like Notre Dame, and he ain't trying to hear that shit. He don't think that that's possible. And the mother is trying to convince him otherwise, right? It's like mom not paying attention to science. This boy don't seem like he okay, right? Well, he's saying his grades aren't good. They can't afford it. And mom's saying that the counselor's only trying to be supportive, and he not trying to hear that. She asks about Even and how they doing, and she offered him, do you want to invite her over to dinner? Well, he tell her, no, we don't need to invite her to dinner. And then things kind of turn. He goes from being okay to being visibly upset, and he tells his mom he just don't want to go back to that place, meaning that school, and he turns to go retrieve some laundry, because I told you like the laundromat, right? And mom is kind of baffled because in the book of her mind, everything should be going right. See, this is why I say parents pay attention. If you know your child, you could tell little subtle warnings that, it's always warning before destruction, okay? Something ain't right with this situation. They not privileged, and it's obvious, Now, this is what I'm getting so far. I'm getting that Kevin's mom is a blue-collar worker or some sort like that. She working extra shifts to possibly be able to send him to school, right? So she's doing all that, but she not paying attention to what's going on with her son. All she sees is the advantages of going to this Leland school. Meanwhile, this boy is visibly upset at any mention of the school, and he done told her he don't really want to go back to the school. She ain't asking detailed questions. Now, at the school, in the locker room, you got the guys chattering, and White Boy Can't Jump shows Kevin this picture of a girl. Now, I don't know what this picture was, but I could tell this probably wasn't one of the most appropriate pictures, and Kevin ain't no damn fool, because he tells him, Kevin basically was sniffing and sipping. What you supposed to do when tea comes your way? You don't add no ingredients. You sit on the sideline, you sniff and sip. Now, he looked at the picture, but when the young man offered to send it to his phone, he had sense enough to tell him, don't send it to my phone. Do not send that to my phone. Now, that is going on in the locker room. In the coach's office, we see him looking with what I'm assuming to be some cheerleaders, and they not doing regular cheers, child. They popping pussy for little wannabe thugs. And I'm kind of confused because I'm wondering, why is the coach watching her? Then he comes out of his office and out of the locker room, and he begins to film her. And I'm wondering what the hell going on. Why is this man filming this teenager, right? I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he was filming her, right? So, okay, that's done. Next, we see Kevin talking to what I assume is his girlfriend. Her name is Val. And she asking him, will he help her with her homework? And he's saying yes, but she got to come over first. So she agrees. They get in the car. And, you know, they sitting up at this red light, y'all. And I'm thinking to myself, because he had his little music playing. I'm sitting here thinking, here come this cop behind him. And I'm just knowing, I know goddamn well they not finna fuck with him for his little factory speakers. Because that can't be making no noise. He give you a little bump when you standing right close to it. But it ain't, child, he ain't even got no subwoofers or nothing, honey. But come to find out, the cop knows Kevin. Because he pulls up on the side of him. He speaks to him, asks him about the game Friday night. If they ready, he's saying, yes, come on out. The man say he is going to be there. And he telling him to tell his mom hi. So at that point, I realized, oh, okay, I see what we got. Kevin is from a pretty well-to-do black family. And they accepted into the little clique that seems to be the upper crust of the neighbor of this township, because they got a couple coins. That's why they accepted, okay? Well, anyway, the cop tells him, tell your mama hi, and he gone on. So once we get to Kevin's house, we find out that Regina King is his mom, and his dad, Michael, is being played by Andre 3000, right? He got girlfriend Val there. They come in, they speak. You can tell immediately that Regina not here for Val, okay? Kevin asked, could she stay for dinner? And Regina basically was like, she not really making nothing. That's code word for hell no. But the dad is okay with it. He's like, okay, what y'all want? And they say, you know, whatever it is that you know, they not picking, okay? So he's agreed to let her stay for dinner. And they on their way upstairs to his bedroom to do homework, right? So the dad tells Kevin leave that door open, and he says okay. Now it's at that moment that my suspicions are confirmed. She ain't from the right side of the track. Regina ain't feeling her. She kind of like, you know, she thinks she privileged fish right now because they got a little coin and the white folks is letting them in. She's saying that she wished that he would pick someone from a better family because this girl ain't no, you know, she from the wrong side of the tracks, and she feel like the girl is a potential gold digger. She say she spent $20,000 a year for that school, and she would think that he was going to make better choices. Well, Michael, the father, says that give a girl a chance. You know, he come from even lesser means than what that girl had, and he was able to nail her. So that made me kind of feel like maybe Regina came from a wealthy family too. But anyway, she don't really like this girl, and that's what it is, okay? Let me see what else is going on. Upstairs in that bedroom, they supposed to be working on stuff. Now, at this point, I'm thinking ain't nothing wrong with this girl, okay? She nice little girl, seem like she all right. But as he, you know, he got up there, he trying to sex her, really. Now, he don't care nothing about that damn door being open. And I pick up that Kevin is somewhat arrogant. He really forceful. He think like, you know, she should be glad and she should want to have sex with him, but that is not the case. And I'm thinking she's a nice girl. He just trying to, you know, as young boys, teenage boys, they gonna try you, honey, whether they think you a good girl or a bad girl, but they gonna damn sure try you. And I'm thinking she okay until she started picking up his belongings. Like he had this little container of watches, look like nice watches, and she admiring the shit. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, hold up, bitches, you got a little gold dig in you? But at this point, I don't know what to say about her. All I know is she didn't want to have sex with him, and she had to physically push him off of her and tell him, look, I don't want to do this. And she gonna tell him, look, I think I'm finna go. He told her, we just got here. I'm not finna take you back home. She say she'll catch an Uber, and she goes to leave. And this little motherfucker, I told you he arrogant. He didn't make a move to try to go help her or talk her in the stand or take her home or nothing. She wasn't giving up the cookie. Bitch could walk from what I was getting from him, okay? Okay, so now we at this we back down at the Leland school, and Taylor's in school, and the dean comes to the class and tells the teacher that he needs to speak with him. They have to have a meeting. So the teacher tell him to get all his stuff and go with the dean. As they're on their way to the office, we see that the mom has been invited to this meeting too. And once they're in there, he's telling them that that school has a code of conduct, and some pictures have surfaced of him And for that, he's being suspended for 3 weeks. Mom is automatically in a bad headspace because she don't know why. She won't know what done went on. She thinking about how much money she paid for him to go to this school. And the dean is explaining to her that they offered Taylor a chance to explain and he refused. Well, Mom wants to see the photos, and he said he can't show them to her. Taylor should be the one to show it to her. Taylor ain't saying nothing. He looking like, in a way, he had a look on his face like he was partially relieved because he ain't got to come back to the school. But he also was like, oh, shit, I'm finna have to deal with my mama because she ain't trying to hear this shit about this school. She think this school is the best of the best of the best, okay? Well, after that happened, the dean telling her that in order for him to be readmitted, there's a process he has to go through. And based on how well he does with this process, he will be allowed readmittance. That's when they decide whether or not they're going to do it. Mom, frustrated at this point, tell Taylor to come on. As they leaving, she's saying to him she wants to see the photos. And when they get home, he gonna tell her something. And she get in the car, but he don't. She telling him to get in the car. Now, this is, again, where I have a problem with Mom, because Mom not paying attention. Your son hasn't always been, you could tell that he's somewhat obedient to her. In this moment, this boy would not get in this car. She is driving up along the side of him, telling him to get in the car to the point of where she's screaming at him. You know what he did? He took off running. And she baffled. She don't know what's going on. And I'm saying to myself, Mom, something ain't right with this. It ain't all on him. You need to ask more probing questions and find out what's going on with your son. She thinking he just acting out, but that ain't what's going on. Now, remember that I told y'all the coach was taking pictures of the young girl popping pussy on the young thug? Apparently, he is dating the mama of that girl, Becca. Okay? What he was doing was taking a photo of that and sending it to her mama to let her know. And her mama has now confronted her at the dinner table about it. And she pissed off at mama boyfriend for telling it. Mom basically tell her that ain't what you supposed to be doing. You do not want to send that type of signal out that you that type of girl. So I'm going to need you to do better. She mad, and in her fucking feelings, she get up and go to the leave the dinner table and go to her room. You know, white people shit. Okay. Well, Mom is telling her, well, he is asking her why did she tell her about the photo. And she like, what was I supposed to do? You sent it to me. He said, I sent that to you so we could discuss an effective way to approach her about this because we don't want her to feel like she can't come and talk to us because we going to jump down her throat. So now I see where they going with that. Okay? Now, let's go to this gathering at the school. Coach Dan Sullivan, that's the coach's name. He's being honored for coming into the school in less than 6 years, making them, I guess, national champions. We hear each member of the teams talking about his good points and what he has brought to them as a team and individually. And we meet the dean. I guess she is one of the deans or the head mistress or whatever of the school. Her name is Leslie, and she's basically saying that he came along same time she did, and she's congratulating him on his success. They having a banquet ball for him, celebrating him. That's what was going on. But one thing you got out of that whole scene, this school is about money, because they got all kinds of fundraisers going on. She letting them know about it, telling them they already raised over some $2 million on this, and take out your wallets and checkbooks and donate to this, and the people is willing to do that because this school is about money. Okay, this ain't nothing but privilege shit right here. Next we see Evie, Taylor's friend. She arriving home, and it looked like she got more of a parental role in the home because we later find out that her mom is sick. She confined to a bedroom, and the father looked like he worked a lot. She taking her out of that household, and probably that mama too. She going there to talk to her mama and see how her mama doing. And as she's sitting there with her mom, she gets a text message and she leaves. She got a text message from Taylor's mom. She asking to meet up with her, so Evie shows up, okay? And mom wants to know what's going on because Kevin won't talk to her. Again, not asking, you talking to the wrong mother. And it's good to talk to Evie because she know a little bit, but you need to be focusing more on your son. Something is amiss with your son. She don't get that, okay? Well, she asking about the pictures. The girl tell her they kind of derogatory. She don't give a damn. She want to see them, so she scroll through the pictures, find out WT is white trash, because that's what they was captioning the shit up and everything on him. And basically, she tell him, look, he invited me to this party that he was invited to by someone named Kevin, and she believes Kevin is a basketball player, okay? Kevin then invited her down there, and when he get there, they separate. He leave her with a group of girls who, in her words, were some little bitches socialite types, and they were being extremely rude to her because she wasn't from the same side of town as they were. They were making fun because girl had a cracked screen on her phone. You could tell that she from a poor side of town, okay? Her parents don't have that silver spoon in their mouth or asses, but the girls were being mean to her. She say she got tired of this shit, so she went to look for Kevin. And when she found him, he was with the basketball players, but he was like he is in them pictures, and she don't know what the hell was going on. All she know is they were standing around him laughing and taking pictures. She say finally one of the guys were able to get Taylor in the car, and they basically just dropped them off at his mama house like it wasn't nothing. Well, mama saying, well, why didn't you call me? She say, because he didn't want me to call you. And she was like, I apologize. She was like, yeah, you should, because y'all both should be ashamed for what you're doing. Again, mama passing judgment, not really asking the question that she should be asking, which she need to be talking to her son, okay? So next we see is game night or the old privilege hall, and they over there playing basketball. Last few minutes of the game, Kevin has the shot. He's supposed to make the winning shot. They down to the last few minutes. But remember I told you he friends with white boy can't jump, and he's gonna try to help that boy by giving him the opportunity to make that last shot that could make them winners for the night. Meanwhile, in the meantime, in between time, Regina and Michael is sitting up in that stand. Now, they look onlookers, parents supporting, but she peeping what's going on. Okay? She peeping it. And when he allows white boy that can't jump to make that shot, and he actually makes it, she got a problem with that because she told him on the way home in the car, Kevin, she said, look, why did you allow him to make that shot? Wasn't that your shot? He said, yeah, but it was all, we won. We're a team. She said, I ain't got nothing to do with that. At the end of the day, that was your shot. You take your shot. You don't give your shot to nobody else. She don't play. Now, Taylor mom done left the restaurant from meeting up with Evie. She go back home and she going in on about how much it takes from the household for her to afford to send him to that school, and how could he mess up like that, and she asking what happened. He basically is shutting down. If she shut up, he'll open up. He gets so frustrated, he tell her, look, I don't know what happened. I can't tell you what happened. All I know is we get to this party, they peer pressuring me, saying that I'm always uptight, and they asking me to drink a beer. I drank a beer, and the next thing I know, I don't remember anything that happened. But what I do know happened is somebody did something to me. You could tell by the way he was apprehensive to say that the context of which when he says somebody did something to me, what he means. And mom, finally, the light bulb comes on, and she realizes something happened to my boy. So next we see her going down there to talk to Leslie Graham. She meet with Taylor mom, and she reporting the assault. Now, why the mom is telling Leslie all of this, she writing everything this woman's saying. The woman is not, she know what she's saying, but she only has bits and pieces of the story based on what her son has been willing to tell her so far. But she is certain that her son was sexually assaulted. Now, they recapping what mom has told them. She assures mom that they going to look into it. She acting like they hold that in the highest regard, and she is definitely going to get on the job to make sure that they get this issue resolved swiftly and professionally is what she was planning on doing. Okay? But before mom leaves, she has her sign a paper stating that she had that conversation with them, and she has another school official sign witnessing that. And I was thinking to myself, this shit ain't finna go right. Some shit finna go on. Now, Leslie go talk to Coach Dan, right? And she's saying that there have been allegations brought before them about something going on at that basketball party they had the weekend prior, and that it's a sexual assault allegation. The coach automatically not trying to hear this shit at all. His boys can't do that, and she let him know, look, these kids ain't no different from nobody else's kids. And I'm thinking she on board to getting this shit, resolved, so we can find out what happened. She coaching him on how to come to the boys. Don't come to them all together, not one by one, so they don't feel like you trying to accuse them of nothing, and just ask probing questions. Make it more like an inquisition than anything else. But he ain't really trying to hear, but he say he gonna go on and do it, because that's what he gotta do. So we see him go into the locker room, and he's talking about integrity of the school and the players and all that, yada, yada, yada. And basically it leads up to him saying that he wants to talk about what happened at their party the weekend prior. Now, you could tell immediately white boy can't jump and Kevin knows something. Because as soon as he said he wants to ask probing questions about what happened down at their party, they are eyeballing each other with the like, oh shit, look. So we know they know something about what happened. Later we see Dan talking to his girlfriend. He's saying that he didn't like being the one to have to ask those, questions and digging for dirt on his team players, right? And she telling him, look, this ain't even about you. This is about what happened to this person who is alleging that they was assaulted. Well, the conversation kicks over to Becca, because now Mama isn't even more concerned about Becca, because Becca already done been popping pussy for the young thug. She telling him, I don't want her at none of these damn parties. So they get to talking about the difference between children of today and children of her era, and how more promiscuous they are, and how more flirtatious they can be at times, and things like that. And basically, it's leading up to she wants him to have a conversation with her daughter about how men can be. Now, he feel like that's a conversation she supposed to have with her, because there's her daughter and she's a girl. But she wants him to talk to her from a male perspective to help her daughter not become one of the thoughts of the school, right? Okay, that's what he gonna do. Now, Taylor mom goes back, I guess, after a couple of days down there to the schoolhouse to talk to Miss Leslie. And it ain't a friendly atmosphere like it was before, because now Leslie is telling her that disciplinary actions will come. And the woman want more answers, as any mother would want to know. Who being disciplined? What happened? What have y'all found out? Now Leslie wants to be closed mouth. And what she doing is she's taking the latest statement that she made when she came in. She was upset. She didn't really know what was going on. She only had bits and pieces from what her son was willing to say. She taking that woman's inability to give them full statements and flipping it around to make it seem as if maybe the son making more out of than what it is, or he's actually lying. She tell the mom, I can't tell you what's going to happen here, but you need to be careful when saying that, making allegations of rape, because they are very serious allegations. Well, the mama realized quickly, I ain't going to get no results here. They're not trying to really help me. And, of course, she's right. They're not trying. See, this is not a well-to-do family from their area. This is somebody from the other sides of the tracks that work double hard and probably on the payment plan for this child to go to this school. They don't give a fuck. They ready to sweep this under the rug, because they are not about to try to bring heat down on these well-to-do families that's donating all these thousands to millions of dollars to this school. Mama realized what's going on. She get up and walk out on motherfucking Leslie talking to her. And when mom gets outside that school, she makes the call that she should have made from the moment her son told her that he had been sexually assaulted. She picked up that phone, child, and she dialed 911. That dispatcher came on, and she said, I would like to report a rape. And I said, bitch, you better stand for your fucking child finally. And that was it on this episode, y'all. I don't know if you like it or not. I'll try to get better at it. It's already at 26, almost 28 minutes. I'm sorry it's long. It's just I'm nervous as fuck to do this. I hope that I was able to do this as best I possibly could. I do have episode 2 and 3 that I will be recording, but y'all get down in the comment section and let me know if you were able to follow my review. Was my review thorough, and was it entertaining to you all? If you didn't like it, I ain't going to be mad about it because I'm over here shaking. Baby, I'm shaking boots over here, okay? But in the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys back down here for the next video. Peace.